Welcome forward into another fresh and refreshed statement and observation on resilience. This is the introduction to the 820 podcast enterprise. Number one in your heart, 820 on the dial and the scorecard, not the credit score. But welcome to the open journal, the public ledger, the blockchain of resilience that cannot be duplicated or corrupted. All transactions with resilience, mine and yours, are maintained in your open journal, in your public ledger, unlocked and accessible only to you and to those that you love. This podcast will not change your life, but at least I can guarantee that it will change your perspective on this present moment. So let's get into it. This is something that I believe the great actor and martial artist, Mr. Bruce Lee, once said: to know like a river, be like water. I say know nothing. That's what I say, know nothing. I say that because as much schooling or training or as much external education you can point to on your walls, it really pales in comparison to what you don't know. This is more of a reminder to myself and not to you. If it applies to you, then please do consider changing your perspective on this present moment today for yourself and to share with all that you must meet with today. And another reason for the infrastructure and the design of resilience, the beauty of presence. While I propose to you that this resilience thing is not unique to me or to you, or only for me or just for you, this awareness is what can connect all that we must meet with on our own respective and collective journeys, that daily and moment-to-moment experience, also known as life. But consider this inherent connection and quality and ability we already have, way more essential to anything that you might acquire or steal or lie about or kill for in this life. Not that life over there, tomorrow, or yesterday. I'm talking about this life compressed into this present moment now. This now compressed life is also expressed in this moment that may or may not continue. But since we apparently do have this moment to exchange energy and life and light and the music of my voice, my currency, if you will, you may define your presence and what drives you differently from my rendition or remix. But that's all I know about this moment. Maybe we'll have another. But in the meantime, share your best right now from wherever you are and with whomever. That should reflect your presence, starting with yourself. And given that, I just came across this missive from Mr. Rashad Tabakawala. And I think it's worthy of him probably saying this better than I could say. And the title of his message was What the River Knew. Quote, "There was a summer when I couldn't stop asking the same question. Is it better to hold on or to let go? It sounds abstract now, stripped of context, but at the time it had weight and edges. I carried it the way you carry a stone in your pocket, always aware of it, fingers returning to it without thinking. I had driven down to a river without any particular intention, just the vague instinct that moving water might unstick something in me. I sat on a flat rock on the bank and watched. The river, I noticed, didn't deliberate. It didn't choose to release that leaf that had fallen onto its surface. It simply moved, and the leaf moved with it. But the rock I was sitting on, the river moved around that, reshaping itself, carving new paths, neither surrendering to the obstacle nor pretending it wasn't there. I watched this for a long time, probably longer than anyone should sit watching a river, looking slightly unhinged from the bank's perspective. And something clarified. The question I've been asking was wrong. It wasn't hold on or let go, as if those were the only two dignified options. The river suggested a third way. You could be changed by what you meet. You could route around it. You could, over enormous time, wear it down entirely, but you didn't have to resolve it into a single clean act of grasping or releasing. I drove home still carrying the stone, but it felt different in my pocket, more like a keepsake than a burden. The river hadn't answered my question. It had quietly replaced it with a better one. Nature has a way of doing that, not solving our problems so much as reframing them until the original urgency loosens its grip. Unquote. That story from Mr. Tabakawala is just incredibly simple for me, moving, encouraging. Give me pause to not think, but to observe that example. And as I've said to you in most episodes in the 820 Enterprise, these examples, these models, these processes, these dispatches, these observations, and how I communicate them to you may be totally wrong. I hope, however, that each and every one of them offers you something of substance, of value, that may be useful to you as you define what you know, as you define what you don't know, as you commit to your courage, your best courage, and decommit to your least arrogance and your least vanity. So while what Mr. Bruce Lee said back in the day, be like water, flow with your life. No, you don't give in to every possible hiccup or challenge or success or failure or grievance or pat on the back, but flow with everything, good, bad, and as I've been saying now, not good, bad, and ugly, good, bad, and always new in every day and in every moment that you are aware to apply your resilience. Stay present, stay current. Wherever you are in this world, stop and tell someone, a friend, a foe, a total stranger, hey, you know what time it is? It is always 8:20.